Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Welcome back, everyone. We will be again looking at the consumer financial protection issue. I was emphasizing the importance of understanding that the bank or the Islamic bank do not do Islamic loan in their product offering because loans are only available at the conventional bank where using the loan, there will be a finance charge, which is interest. But for the Islamic bank to use loan to do business, they have to charge a higher amount over the loan in order to profit from the business. But this is prohibited in Islam because any increase over a loan is riba, and therefore the Quran has prescribed al-bay', which is sale over riba, and therefore the current offering of Islamic bank is based on the conception of sale, and therefore the sale need to be examined and put across the consumer so that they will understand what are they getting from the Islamic bank, and as a facility to purchase landed property or to purchase equipment or any machineries or even facility to obtain liquidity, the bank uses the sale contract. And this is why we see that the sale contract must be properly explained so that it is a true sale contract, and therefore consumer will be able to benefit from using the true sale contract as the Quran has prescribed. There are many other issues on consumer financial protection which I will cover in the coming session. For example, compounding of profit rates, bank taking too much profit, and Rule of 78 in the monthly payment, and all those issues whereby we have heard complaint from the consumer group regarding some of the unfair practices in banking, and therefore we will try to look over this issue as we move on. But let us just look at the issue when we want to make sure that the consumer understand well, what is a sale. Then if we want to make sure that they understand well what is a sale, then the four pillars of sale must be put in order, meaning that the consumer must be educated what kind of contract they are entering into with the bank. So it is a sale contract. So in a sale contract, there is a buyer and seller, there is a price quoted, there is a subject matter, there is offer and acceptance. So these four pillars are essential to ensure that the contract is valid or sahih, and any prohibitive element discovered in these four pillars of contract will render the contract to become void. So riba, gharar, maisir, prohibited commodity must be avoided, to manifest in this contract of sale. That later on maybe we will look into in detail the riba, gharar, maisir, and the other dimension of the screening of sale from the prohibited element. But our focus today would be on the subject matter. This is the goods that the customer is interested to buy from the bank, and the bank is the party that is conducting the sale. So this subject matter must qualify many attributes, and these are: number one, that bank must hold total ownership of the asset. So if the bank says that the bank is the selling party and the customer is the buying party, then as the selling party, the bank must hold total ownership of the asset. It also means that the bank is holding ownership risk of the asset. So meaning that lawful profit can be earned only by the taking of ownership risk. So if the bank is trying to avoid the holding of ownership risk, because this may may trigger high capital charges, that would be a problem, and that can trigger conduct risk, and therefore bank must make sure if they claim the sale to be the contract in the product offering, then the sale must evidence total ownership and the holding of ownership risk. Because bank can only sell what it owns, and therefore the bank must hold total ownership of the asset. And then the bank releases asset ownership after sale. So when the payment is completed, then the bank will release the asset ownership. So if the bank is to conduct a sale where the bank is not the owner of the asset, so how could it release asset ownership after sale when it does not own what it sells? And of course, in a debt financing or in a credit facility, the asset can be used by the bank, as a collateral against the facility. Okay, so we will discuss a bit more on this issue as we try to split and dissect what is the facility amount, which we will discuss in the coming video. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullah.